Facundo Pellistri is being linked with a move to Brazilian giants Flamengo. Journalist and fellow Uruguayan native Sebas Giovanelli claims the club hold an interest in the winger, who made his senior United debut 18 months ago. The 22-year-old made 14 appearances for United, of which 3 were starts, during the first half of last season before earning consistent game time at lone club Granada, relegated from La Liga, from January onwards. Pellistri, who soon enters the final year of his United contract, was due to go out on loan for the whole season before an injury to Ahmad changed Erik ten Hag's plans. He could be one name to be shown the Old Trafford exit door, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe set to be ruthless in organising departures this summer, with United close to Premier League spending limits. Manchester United need to find hidden gems this summer rather than chase expensive big names, and one potential diamond target may have emerged into view. According to RMC, Manchester United are paying close attention to Omer Solet ahead of a potential transfer move. Omer Solet is heading into the final year of his contract with Red Bull Salzburg, which expires in June 2025. Manchester are said to be battling Bundesliga trio Bayer Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund and Stuttgart for his signature. Due to his expiring contract, Solet could be available for as little as £10 million. Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen have proven to have an eye for talent, so it could be a real coup to beat them to Solet. Juve had been interested in a move for Greenwood after he impressed on loan with Getafe last season. However, the old lady have now switched their attention to fellow Man United loanee Sancho. United's £40 million asking price for Sancho is likely to be beyond the Italian giants this summer. But it doesn't mean the deal is completely off the cards, as they may seek a loan with an option to buy. Borussia Dortmund, where Sancho returned on loan in January, remain keen, but coach Edin Terzic's exit has put the move in doubt. Juve's swoop for Greenwood is on hold after opposition from fans.
Man United boss Erik ten Hag has confirmed that Luke Shaw isn't fit enough to feature for England at Euro 2024 until the knockout stages. The left-back has been a doubt heading into the tournament, and was an unused substitute in the 1-0 win over Serbia. Ten Hag told Dutch TV channel NOS that the defender isn't fit yet. Luke Shaw will start playing once England get out of the group stages, he said. United are reportedly back in for Japan international Zion Suzuki despite the goalkeeper turning them down last summer. According to journalist Dean Jones, United have never lost interest in the 21-year-old. Suzuki opted to join Sint-Truidense in Belgium, but Altay Baynder could leave the Red Devils. Speaking to Givi Mesport, Jones said, United have never lost interest in the player, so it does not surprise me to see new stories about them wanting him. The problem is he does not fancy sitting on the bench playing second fiddle to Onana, and there really is no sign that Onana is going anywhere soon. He has said he would like to test himself in the Premier League, but if he said no to United a year ago, then I don't see why that would change now, because he still wants to be a number one. And one position not up for grabs this season is United's first choice keeper. An unnamed Premier League side have made a £42.3 million offer for United target Leny Yoro. According to the Express, though, Real Madrid remains the defender's dream destination, and a move to England isn't favourable in his camp. However, Lille and Los Blancos are yet to agree on a fee. Erik ten Hag has set out to replace Raphael Varane at Old Trafford this summer. Everton's Jude Branthwaite has been earmarked as their priority, with Yoro a potential alternative. Gonçalo Inacio is one name we've repeatedly seen in United transfer columns. And, according to reports in Portugal, the Sporting CP defender remains on the club's radar. A bulla, by a Sport Witness, reports that United are sharpening their clause, with a view to matching the player's £51 million release clause this summer. That could make him cheaper than Everton's Jude Branthwaite, with the Merseyside club holding out for a big fee for the England international. Inacio, 22, has been on Sporting's books since he was a child. He made his 100th Primeira Liga appearance last season, and is part of Portugal's Euro 2024 squad. Manchester United-linked winger Nico Williams has also been attracting interest from Barcelona. According to Sport, by Football España, Arsenal and Chelsea complete the set of 4 clubs in the hunt for the Athletic club star. Williams, 21, scored 5 times for Athletic last season and added 11 assists, the second most in La Liga. He is part of Spain's Euro 2024 squad, and started the opener against Croatia. Spain won that game 3-0, with all of their goals coming before halftime. Alvaro Morata opened the scoring, with Fabian Ruiz and Dani Carvajal also on target. Man United manager Erik ten Hag has often addressed the need for strength and depth at Old Trafford. United could play up to 67 matches in all competitions next season. Should United require the knockout round, they could play up to 17 games in the Europa League, alone injuries having been a big problem throughout the 2023-24 campaign. There is no denying that United need as much strength and depth as possible. The Reds have been guilty of stockpiling players in recent years, meaning their squad has a bloated feel to it. But the difference in quality between their regular starters and those in the reserve trench is quite striking, highlighted by their 8th-placed finish. United need a better level of quality in reserve, and that is why this summer's transfer window is so important. A lorry load of changes need to be made, but much of it rests on the funds they can generate through player sales. But to ensure United have the right level of depth available to them, they also need to get the right balance. Anthony Martial's impending exit will leave United with just one out-and-out striker in the form of Rasmus Højlund. Elsewhere, unless United decide to trigger the option to sign Sofyan Amrabat permanently, his return to Fiorentina will leave them with just one defensive midfielder in the form of Casemiro, who could be sold this summer. If the former returns to Italy and Casemiro is sold, United will need two defensive midfielders. United manager Ten Hag, who has been confirmed as staying at the club, addressed the need for having two defensive midfielders after Amrabat signed last September. A few months earlier, the Dutchman had already highlighted the importance of having two players in each position. Speaking in April 2023, Ten Hag said, "If the squad is so strong that you have in every position double the same quality, then it's good." He added, "I think the players are, to a certain point, very capable, and we have players in the squad who can really take the load of so many games. But when you play a lot of games, and the load is getting higher, you need to rotate because you have to keep the players fit and fresh." Ten Hag, understandably, cited United's injury crisis for their downfall in the most recent campaign, claiming ahead of the FA Cup semi-final win over Coventry City that he had only been able to name his strongest starting XI once in 18 months. The Reds were battered by injury issues throughout 2023-24, regularly forcing Ten Hag to put square pegs into round holes. Diogo Dalot often had to operate at left back. Casemiro was tasked with operating as a makeshift center back, and Bruno Fernandes had to play up front, to name just a few examples. With sufficient depth available, United may have been able to avoid those scenarios. It means, ahead of the transfer window opening on Friday, Inos have already been served with a warning for what they must try and achieve over the next 2 months or so. Now that Ten Hag is staying in position, United's level of depth needs to improve, as does the balance of the squad.